Will it cook while it's canning?
It will. Are you excited for that? Hey, Kris and Larry family.
Oh, we're filming.
So I've got Berlin in the kitchen today, and we are going to be canning some raw chicken.
Or chimpkin, as our cats call it.
Chimpkin. You have to bend down. You're too tall. Thank you. Okay, so we've already sterilized our jars. We just pulled these out of the water. We're using jars that we had, but we're replacing the lids with the brand 4 jars. And you can check out their link in the description. We're actually an affiliate with them. I have fallen in love with their product. The quality is just amazing, and we use it for our freeze-dried food a lot. But today we're going to use it for pressure canning. So Berlin has never pressure canned before, and we've been teaching a lot of this kind of stuff in our household and for his home ec part of his schooling this season. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and we've chopped up about 10 pounds of chicken minus a chicken breast that we ate last night for dinner. And I'm going to have him go ahead and start putting it in these jars. Now I've got 6 pint-sized jars out. We may need to boil a few more.
Well, there's a 7th one.
I do have a 7th one I just stuck in there. But we're going to do a raw pack on this. So this is chopped up raw chicken, and everybody, including Berlin, just asked me, is it going to cook? Absolutely, because we're putting it in the pressure canner for 90 minutes. So yeah, we're going to be adding some seasoning. That's why I pulled that out, Berlin. So what I want you to do is bring your chicken over. I pre-cut this for him a little while ago. So show what we've got. It's a big bowl without dropping the juice. No juice. All right. So you're going to go ahead and take, we'll link everything that we use. I've got stainless steel equipment. I like that a lot better than some of the plastic stuff. But we're going to go ahead and get these started. So he's already washed his hands. He's going to start packing the chicken in here. Now you're going to pack it no higher than this line. We need 1 inch of headspace. So stick your chicken in, dude. Ready, set, go.
Go.
So the reason that we are packing chicken in jars and having this ready is because when Berlin has lunch at home, which he does often because he's homeschooled, he likes chicken salad sandwiches. So we're making sure that we have enough on hand for him, and this is less expensive than buying canned chicken for him to do that with. So I like to be able to have these on hand for him, especially if I'm not making a regular meal for, for lunch, if he's going to be making his own meal. Okay, so he's got all of these chicken pieces packed in here, and we're gonna go ahead and pack this with some hot water. I've got my kettle going in the back here. I'm waiting for it to buzz. There was enough for 1 more jar, but because I only want to do 1 layer in my canner, we're just gonna go ahead and do 7 jars, and I'll put the other portion in the refrigerator, and we'll use that for dinner this week or lunch this week for us. But this gives him 7 meals. Like I said, it's about 10 pounds of chicken minus 1 chicken breast that we had for dinner last night. So I'm going to wash my hands and get started on the next part. Okay, now that we've got the chicken in the jars and he's got it squished down, we're going to go ahead and put a quarter of a teaspoon of garlic powder and a quarter of a teaspoon of salt in each of these jars. Now you can omit this, but for us, this is how I like to pack it because it gives it a little bit of extra flavor in this chicken. There you go.
And all 7?
In each one, yep.
Just on top?
On top, because we're gonna pour water in it.
Oh, okay.
And our water just started whistling. Okay. Now you can choose to put all different types of seasoning in here. You can do a taco seasoning, you can do onions, you can do all sorts of things. Like I said, I like using salt and garlic because it's what we already season our meat with, and it gives it a great flavor when it comes out of this jar. Okay, same amount of salt in each of these, please. Okay. Now, instead of using garlic powder, you can also use a fresh clove of garlic that you've peeled and throw that in as well. Now this is not going to take a lot of liquid at all. That's why I used my tea kettle to go ahead and heat up some water for this. All right. Okay, so we're just going to pour enough to hit the inch line. Okay, so now what you're going to do, Berlin, you see this fun little doohickey right here? Can you get that picked up? Okay, so this comes in most of the sets. Now, we have a couple big sets of canning supplies that we picked up on Amazon, and I'll put the link below. But this is a great tool. So what I'm going to do is push this down. We're going to get any air bubbles out. Okay. And we may have to add a little bit more water. Now, you don't want to get it too high in here. You want to get everything pushed out because it'll start siphoning, and then it's just an ugly mess inside your canner. Now, this contraption also has the measurements on it. Now, I know that I have to have it down a full inch. So we're a little bit high, so we're just going to keep squishing this in here. And we're going to do this for every single jar we've got. You're going to push around the side and make sure that the liquid is all the way down and that all the air bubbles are out on every single jar. Doesn't take very much liquid at all for these. Okay, and then you're going to take your tool and do it one more time. So make sure that all those air bubbles are out. Okay, white vinegar, just a wee bit here. Put that down. All right, I'm just going to take a washcloth, and you're going to dunk that washcloth in the white vinegar, and you're going to go around all of your rings just to make sure they're clean. Make sure there's no chicken or water or seasoning on the edge of your rings. Okay, now this is another handy tool. If you don't have this while you're canning, you need one of these. It is a stick with a magnet on the end, and it gets your canning rings and lids out of your boiling water. So this is something to get. Okay, once you've got your rings out of your boiling water and you've got them on top of your cleaned jars, we're going to go ahead and put our rings on. So we've got lids and rings, flats and rings. And you're going to put that on each of them. You're going to tighten it tight, and then one more time. You're not going to do it so tight that you can't get it off later. Now, like I said, I'm replacing all of my flats with 4-jar flats. Really like this company. They are an amazing supporter of quite a few YouTube channels. They have an awesome customer service, and their products are phenomenal. Okay. Hey, Berlin.
Yes.
You gotta grab one more ring out.
Where are the rings at?
There's another ring over there because I had a bent ring that came with my stuff. Okay.
Here.
Okay. Let's get that in that simmering water for just a second. And we'll get the last one on. Now I'm going to have Berlin go ahead and put these in this pressure canner. Now, depending on your brand of pressure canner, you need to know how it works. Now mine is an All-American and it has to have about 3 inches of water in there. I've already got my water in. I've already got my first layer of rack. We're not going to do a second layer of rack today, okay, Berlin? So I'm going to have you go ahead and put these in. You can just pick these up and drop them in. It's not hot yet, so all right. And all 7 of them will fit in there. So don't do the one without the ring yet until I get it out of the water, okay?
There's more than 7 in here.
Okay, well, we're just gonna do 7. Okay, there's the last one. Right, we sure can, can't we? Okay. Now, again, you need to know your company, know your pressure canner, and how it works. Now, ours has no gasket, so we don't have to do any gasket anything with it, but we do need to go ahead and put a little bit of olive oil around the outside. So I'm going to do that and get my lid on, and we will be back. All right, we've got our pressure canner completely sealed and ready. The lid looks pretty even on there. That's what I was double checking. We put a little olive oil around the outside. This is an All-American, so that's what you do. It's got no gasket, so it's a little bit different. It's metal to metal, so we put that seal in on our own. We've got it on high, and now we are waiting for it to start to spit at us. Now remember, I did put water in here before Berlin put his jars of chicken in, and once it starts spitting, we'll put our weight on. Okay, so this has been heating up for about 40 minutes or so, and it's got a good steady stream up top. So we're gonna go ahead, now that it's been about 10 minutes of this stream, we're gonna go ahead and put our weight on. Now I live in a very, very high elevation area, so all of my pressure canning is at a 15 pound. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my weight on there. Now there's a 5, 10, and 15 pound on this weight. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on there. And we're gonna let it start jiggling. Once it jiggles, and it does for about 10 minutes or so, then we're gonna start the timer. And because these were pint and not quart-sized jars, we can do 75 minutes once it does about 4 jiggles per minute. So it's got to build up its pressure now, and we've got 10 minutes after it starts jiggling. So we'll see you back in a few. Okay, Kris and Larry family, so we let our pressure cooker go ahead and cook for 75 minutes on just about the 15 pound mark. My gauge is off just a little, so it shows 16 or 17 pounds, but it's normal. And I just took off the pressure gauge, and the pressure gauge is still hot, but I can see there's no more steam or pressure coming out of the top. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. The cans are going to be uber super hot because it's just getting done here. All right. Set this over here on this other pot. Now they're still boiling. We're going to go ahead and let these cool off just as they are. And then tomorrow I will take them out of the water. It's getting late here tonight. We didn't get this started until pretty late. So once it's out, we'll show you tomorrow morning what it looks like.